What's up, rock stars? This is Melodious. Welcome to my reaction channel, Melodious Rockstar Reactions. And today, so once a week I want to do a reaction to a hip hop story. Real short, nothing long, nothing big. As a hip hop fan, I'm always interested in hearing about the different stories, the different things that happen in hip hop. So this is gonna be for my hip hop channel. Today we're gonna do a reaction to. They say he's the best artist in State Property. I don't know about that, but I definitely think he had potential in being one of the greatest artists. So this is Peedi Crakk.
Elliot, you been living under the Mac Ghost. Peedi, I heard that they watch your mother. Got a hit on you.
I ain't Hov, I just know what I know. I'm talking old Sparks, five, ride for $1 bill. Famous up in Hollywood.
Mo for my campaign, the motto is still ring. I don't feel a thing. Pill got me numb.
Meet the greatest State Property rapper that never was. Before we start, tell us what you think. Is Peedi Crakk really underrated?
Never was.
I'm keeping funky. I'm tired of playing. I'll be at a certain age when we ain't playing.
When people think about Roc-A-Fella Records or State Property, big names come to mind. They remember Jay-Z, Kanye West, Beanie Sigel, and Freeway. But hidden among these giants was a rapper many fans believed had one of the sharpest flows in the entire crew. A rapper whose verses stole the spotlight every time he touched the mic. His name was Peedi Crakk, or Peedi.
Peedi just sells more records. You know what I'm saying? Peedi get on TV, MTV, and BT. Peedi Crakk they don't let Peedi Crakk in certain doors.
You probably remember his voice from the classic track Flipside, or from his explosive single, One for Peedi Crakk. At one point, it seemed like he was the next one in line to become the next star from Philadelphia, but unexpected career turns turned him into the greatest State Property rapper that never was.
All right, then I count the crack man in.
I can dig it. Hold up.
You know what I mean? So, but I didn't trip though. I understood. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand. You know what I mean? I like to look at life for how it is and not how I perceive it to be.
Today, we're going to delve into his life story.
He was the inbox and the mic. So I just be in the lab in the crib writing and shit.
Peedi Crakk was born Pedro Luis Zayas on September 25, 1977, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He grew up in North Philadelphia, an area known for producing many influential hip-hop artists. He is of Puerto Rican descent, so he added a distinct voice and rap flow in the hip-hop scene.
As a child, I grew up with my grandmother, with my aunts and my uncles, you know what I'm saying?
The name Peedi Crakk reflected Peedi's rough neighborhood, where there was violence and drugs. Peedi used his name in one of his lyrics that resonated with the locals, so he took the name after seeing their enthusiasm. Later on, his manager asked him to change his name as a drug name could impact his chances of getting a big deal. So he tried to change his name from Peedi Crakk to Peedi. But his new name never resonated with his fans.
Yo, spit that joint. You say, Peedi Crakko. And that was like everybody's favorite rap on the block. And it just stuck. They was like, hey, Crakko, hey, Peedi Crakk. And we just dismissed the Pedro Tequila.
Peedi Crakk's introduction to hip-hop began during childhood while living with his grandmother. During those early years, his uncle became a major influence on his musical taste. His uncle was a teenager at the time and was deeply involved in hip-hop culture.
So my uncle Ryan, he slept in the room next door to me. I used to have to sleep with my grandma, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And next door, he would always buy all the tapes, EPMD, from when it was the LL days, and all throughout the whole history when I was a kid.
Their rooms were near each other, so Peedi could hear his uncle's cassettes. In this way, he was introduced to legendary hip-hop artists such as Run DMC, Slick Rick, LL Cool J, and Ultramagnetic MCs. These artists formed the foundation of his early hip-hop education. His uncle eventually began lending him cassette tapes, allowing Peedi to listen to entire albums on his own. He used to receive one tape at a time, so he memorized every song completely. This intense listening process helped him internalize rap structure, rhythm, and lyrical delivery at a young age.
And I was just crazy about hip-hop, man. And I didn't want to do nothing else but write raps.
Seeing his love for music, Peedi's family gifted him a small cassette radio. This allowed him to record hip-hop radio programs directly from the airwaves. One of the most important figures he listened to was the legendary Philadelphia radio DJ, Lady B.
First, I was just buying blank tapes and just taping the radio show every weekend with Lady B and all of them.
The recording and cassettes helped him understand hip-hop and ultimately guided him in the lyrics.
Hey, yo, I remember during the tape days, Definitely used to tape over some stuff, yo. Definitely used to tape over people's stuff, yo.
Its writing process. Peedi's friendship with Freeway also played a major role in rising in hip-hop. They grew up only 2 blocks apart in Philadelphia and have been friends since childhood. As teenagers, they attended the same high school and were both involved in the local rap scene.
Well, you went to high school with Freeway?
Yeah, we went to Kensington, yup.
During their teenage years, they participated in small rap groups, talent shows, and local showcases.
I ain't even gonna lie, Peedi Crakk used to throw a lot of parties in Kensington too back in the day.
To speak, I'm too nice, and all you need is 2 dice, a 888, and 100 grand price.
Free and crack, free and 5 and free. Since I was like 15, I was all about that paper.
These grassroots performances allowed them to sharpen their skills and build reputations within the Philadelphia hip-hop community. Eventually, other hip-hop enthusiasts joined them, and they formed a rap group called Ice City. Peedi, Freeway, and others would skip school to record demos and music in Peedi's grandmother's house. They had limited resources, but their passion helped them create some amazing music. By the time Peedi was 16 or 17, he was recording music in local studios with his group. They produced a song called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
It was always in me to tell the world my story. Chitty bang bang. All I see in the ghetto is bangs bang. Bitches getting drunk and wetted to set up a gang.
The song became a local hood favorite, helping the group build an early buzz within the city. Things changed for this group after Freeway received a major opportunity when he signed with Roc-A-Fella Records and released the track 1-900 Hustler.
Lay low, get cake, whip all over the state. Stash go, whip gay, whip right amount of bait.
This gave Peedi hope that he could also grow his hip-hop career. For this, he started struggling to get the deal.
Oh no, man, this is a big reason why I got signed to Roc-A-Fella. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel so strongly about my boy, you know what I'm saying? I love the rest of the squad, but you know, man, him got a connection. He brought me in there and he really was persistent about me being there with him, you know what I'm saying?
Initially, Peedi performed short rap verses for Beanie Sigel. Although Beanie respected his talent, there was no immediate opportunity offered at the time. Peedi eventually connected with members of the Philadelphia rap group State Property, particularly Osino and Young Chris. After participating in friendly rap ciphers together, they began collaborating on music. Their one song eventually reached Roc-A-Fella co-founder Damon Dash, who listened to Peedi's unique voice for the first time. Dash immediately gave Peedi a deal. The contract was reportedly worth $600,000, with Peedi receiving an initial $60,000 advance. For someone coming directly from the streets, this was a life-changing moment. And from here, Peedi's journey toward fame starts. It was early 2000, and the world was ready for him.
I just was really happy to make it to a point to where as though, you know, I was really into my craft. I was one of them rappers. I was one of the rappers that was really into his pen, like a real hip-hop head rapper.
Peedi's breakthrough came from his debut single, One for Peedi Crakk.
Elliot, you been living under the Mac Ghost. Peedi, I heard that they watch your mother, got a hit.
It was 2002, and the album reached the Billboard Hot R&B and Hip Hop Top 40. The song became a part of the soundtrack to the 2002 film Paid in Full. The song received strong exposure and soon got a music video. In 2012, the song was placed on the list of the 50 best Philadelphia rap songs. The choppy flow and charisma of Peedi Crakk touched the hearts of hip-hop fans.
This is something I was striving for since I was 12.
The original song had a verse from Cameron, as Peedi had a friendly relationship with him.
Meditated, observe, and squeeze. Ring, ring. Look at his pinky. Ring, ring.
But when he played the song for Roc-A-Fella, he was shocked at seeing the discontent with Cameron's verse. Jay-Z instructed the engineers to delete this verse. Though Peedi wasn't happy with his decision, he didn't protest. This successful single was followed by his collaboration on the album, The Blueprint, The Gift and the Curse.
That's crazy.
He appeared on the track as One.
I'm killing the wheel, my fitted tilt to the left, the shirt blend with the sweats, your girl skirts and belt.
This collaboration also solidified his reputation as a major Roc-A-Fella rapper. He also released a series of street mixtapes called Crack Files, which helped maintain his popularity in Philadelphia and among hip-hop fans.
Seven lanes, tenant, know who in it, Pete and Leslie blow a spinach, independent to highly dummy.
He was also featured on the Chain Gang Volume 2 album. His song, When You Hear That, also became popular with hip-hop fans.
Back, don't act as if you don't notice. They me call that boy Mac. Backseat, flip you over, spec mine and tech.
These were followed by his major radio hit, Flipside, in 2003. Peedi appeared on Freeway's album, Philadelphia Freeway. This collaboration gave an iconic song to hip-hop fans.
Pass her the thing, tell her make it go ring. The prince, the SP, and soon to be the king, and we.
I think after that, my big joint after that was Flipside really put the stamp on it.
Flipside continues to be played in clubs even years after its release. Its energy and timeless production allow it to remain relevant across generations of listeners. The record also had a global impact. During a tour in Russia, Peedi experienced a surreal moment when an entire crowd sang the song word for word, despite language barriers. After this song, the world was anxiously waiting for Peedi's solo album. They wanted more from this skilled East Coast rapper who had a distinctive flow and energetic delivery. But Peedi's debut album was never released. He curated Prince of the Rock, but the label disputes, legal problems, and industry politics delayed and ultimately shelved his album.
I got a whole album. The album is complete. It's done. I'm just continuing to make joints until they ready to shoot a vid or something. Like normally, you need full participation from the label.
When Peedi's career was on the path of growing, legal trouble interrupted the flow. He was arrested for firearm possession, which slowed the progress he had been making in the music industry. Jay-Z said his career is almost over after this arrest, but Peedi didn't think like that. He believed his career was just starting.
Jay-Z told you
Jay told me that, yeah. He's like, what's up, Pedro, man? You had him, man. You dropped the ball, dog. I said, it ain't over. I'm just warming up.
Right.
I was just getting started.
But the arrest was just the beginning of his troubles. Roc-A-Fella's golden era ended after internal tensions broke the group up. Jay-Z was increasingly focused on long-term strategy and business expansion. He wanted to move the brand forward in a more controlled and efficient way, but Damon Dash was more focused on enjoying the success the label had achieved. This clash in beliefs resulted in the split of two core members of Roc-A-Fella. Peedi met Damon for his new deal, but wasn't satisfied with the contract details. So, he left Damon and pursued his career independently. During this time, he did various live shows. Not long after leaving Damon Dash's operation, Peedi's lawyer encountered Jay-Z at a publishing event. By that point, Jay-Z had become the president of Def Jam Recordings. When Jay learned that Peedi was now a free agent, he asked to meet with him. He offered Peedi a chance to remain a part of Roc-A-Fella. Peedi took the opportunity to release his debut album. But budget problems and label disputes continued pushing his album to the background.
I know you heard me say this before because it's the truth. It ain't nothing personal. I ain't got nothing against nobody in the squad personally. It wasn't no beefs.
Ultimately, Peedi was so frustrated with the label that he left Jay-Z and affiliated himself with Amalgam Digital. He released Camel Face Hunting Season in 2008. This mixtape became famous as people believed it to be a diss track against Jay-Z. But Peedi emphasized that there was no dispute or anger toward Jay-Z in this album. After this, Peedi released a few mixtapes and tracks in affiliation with Amalgam Digital. One of the songs was Getting It In, which was released in 2013.
Can go get another Moet, cause all the rosé is gone. The goose is gone, the kettle one is gone.
So, label disputes and legal problems were the main villains of Peedi, disabling him from reaching the fame he deserved. What are your thoughts about it? Is he really underrated? Share your thoughts in the comments and watch our latest video right here on the screen.
All right, y'all. I'm out.